Alright, so as promised, gonna be starting up the Pokémon Master Journeys vlog with the second season, and I'm not sure how long it will take, but ideally, my goal is to try and at least get a sizable chunk of this finished before September. Whether or not they actually do end up removing shows they're claiming, and I guess we'll see how that goes. And yes, I am well aware that next one Horizon dropping, but something came up, and others are taking priority. A some of which has some dudes I know in the sewer. So let's get this started. First, the Journey to Your Heart theme is my favorite English intro, but to be fair, it's alright. I definitely did not hit the skip button whenever it came up, so there's that. The first episode of this season, To Train or Not to Train, and has Go going on a research project at the Pokémon Academy in Vermilion, and it also coincides with then Eve escaping from the lab of Pioneer and her assistants, who may not have names, but I'm taking and calling them Axel Stone and Blaze Fielding. I'm playing a lot of Streets of Rage 4 lately, so definitely talk about more in the next gaming vlog tomorrow. And while some people bolt at her training even say Yamper, I actually think it makes sense to have a Pokemon can have multiple different paths, depending on what's chosen. Be partnered with a character like that, and I'll be touching on this more in the near future. And of course, Team Rocket tries to abscond with the school's nursery. It doesn't end well for them at all. And even though James doubts, I think that Jesse was using Vivacious correctly, based on how I looked it up. So, yeah, I'd say good start of the season with this episode. Episode 50, A Pinch of This, A Pinch of That, where they're off to the Galar region wild area to meet with two associates in the field studying their fossil monsters. One of which is Careless, who sounds a bit like Harley Quinn in the stub, and her associate Bray Zen sounds a bit like Dr. Ian Malcolm in Jurassic Park, though given the subject matter, that's likely on purpose. And even though the intention is to resurrect Arctivish and Dracozolt, due to a slight mix-up with the bones they exhumed, they end up getting the other two fossil monsters of Galar, goes Arctozolt and Ash's mighty Dracovish. If this is his last one for now, I'm glad it was this one. On top of it being quite powerful, and which we will address later, it is absolutely adorable no matter which dub it's in, including gnawing on the boy. And with them both captured, this should segue nicely into the next episode, which I'm just going to briefly address here. With that in mind, I will definitely just quickly speedrun episode 51, Trials of a Budding Master, as he works his way up through the War Coronation series near the Rock Tunnel, which is actually kind of an interesting way of handling this location, especially since it wasn't previously featured in the show. And while some people bemoan what wasn't included, I tend to be grateful for what was. And as for the rival, who is not officially in the cup just yet, who's up to challenge him, we will come back to this in due time, especially if it involves Ash's Galarian Farfetch'd. So, let's continue. Moving right along with episode 52, how are you going to keep them off the farm, in which Ash, Go, and Chloe happen to know a friend of Professor Reese. Is that being a farmer named Blackstone, who has known Chloe for so long. When they first met, he still had hair, which is actually a lampshade, and there's also some Diglett and Doug trio helping plow the fields. heals, which actually find quite entertaining all the same. That's one of the things I like about this anime, and not just when I was at the time, also revisiting it, because sometimes you can just say, as a wise man once did, and now for something completely different. Now comes an episode that was contentious at the time, but I defended at the time, and I still do to this day. Healing the Healer, in which Go ends up rescuing a Suicune from a group of poachers and polluters, and to be fair, given how it wasn't in its prime, catching with a Pokeball is a bit possible. On top of me, actually fairly recently catching like Mario Shadows after in Pokemon Go that I wanted to use my Master Ball on, but didn't let me. Hey, I know some of the memes I even posted as well, where you use a Pokeball against a legendary and it works. I still think it's all episode all the same. I mean, if you're still salty about this, but have no issue with Galarian Moltres being captured in Horizons, I honestly don't know what to tell you. Oh, but I do know something else I can tell you. I intend to keep talking about these, and I'm still working on filling in my outline for the League of Roy Set Off storyline. And since the last two episodes I've only just now streaming this week, I have no idea why the punches include in the last volume, but what are you gonna do? But as I maintained before, my main focus for now is still going to be video games. And still stacking episodes of the storyline that's currently in effect, the Terrasol debut. So how that turns out. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna be going somewhere this weekend, and maybe it's not going to be by plane. I'll be back on Sunday for my 8 years Pokemon Go video. I also want to thank you preemptively for the support I've been given recently, especially in how my support of Godzilla Cross Columns been blowing up. And tomorrow I'm going to take it easy with a little gaming vlog, where I'm going to talk about some stuff I've been enjoying playing, looking forward to playing as well as some corporate shenanigans that have been and less pleasant. So that'll be all for now. I'll see you all again very soon. So take care, everyone.